Hi, this is Gavin Henning, Associate Professor of Higher Education at New England College and President of ACPA. And today I would like to talk to you about a topic that I'm calling two sides of the same coin. If you've been reading the Chronicle of Higher Education, Inside Higher Ed, the New York Times National Radio Show, you've heard about what's called the completion agenda. And that's the idea of getting more Americans to have a post-high school degree. It could be a certificate, it could be an associate's degree, bachelor's degree, or even more. And this was a goal of President Obama a few years ago, where he really wanted to get a higher percentage of U.S. citizens to have more than a high school degree. His goal really is to do this by have the highest proportion compared to any other nation by 2020. And when we look at some of the evidence from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development that tracks this, right now the U.S. is 19th out of 28. So we certainly have a way to go to be a world leader in this. In addition to being a world leader, there are actually some benefits, both for society and for the individual. First of all, 60% of the jobs today require something beyond a high school degree. And so there's more expertise needed, more skills, more knowledge needed for those positions. And for the individual, those that have more than a high school degree actually earn 45% more over a lifetime than those that don't. So there's a huge financial benefit for the individuals. But when we begin to think about what a degree means, we kind of deconstruct that, and a degree really is just a certificate of completion. It really just demonstrates that somebody has completed a certain number of requirements over a certain period of time and done it to a satisfactory in a satisfactory way. So they've passed a certain number of courses. When I look at my diploma on the wall, it says that I graduated from Michigan State University with majors in psychology and sociology. Now, there's an assumption I've learned something about those two areas, but I would not be able to demonstrate with the diploma what that is. Even if we could deconstruct and go down to the transcript, that would list the courses I've taken, but actually won't even list what I've learned in those courses. Now, if I've taken a research methods course, theoretically, I would have learned some things about research methods, but it doesn't even say, are they qualitative research methods, quantitative research methods, what specifically was I able to do after that? The other thing to keep in mind with the diploma and this whole idea about completion is based on the credit hour. And the credit hour really doesn't measure learning at all. If we look actually at the way it started in the late 1800s as a way to standardize education, higher education across the United States, because there were different programs, had different degrees that took a different length amount of time. And it really didn't catch on until the late 1800s when the precursor to TIA-CREF began using it as a way to document faculty workload for pensions. And so really the main reason it was used and how it became so widespread was to document faculty workloads, not student learning, not even what students, the time they're spending in class. And so it really is about seat time. It's about measuring those types of things, not actual learning. And so we really need to begin thinking about what are students learning once they graduate from either getting a certificate, an associate's degree, or a bachelor's degree, or even more. Because the completion agenda and be able to get students through the programs isn't enough. We can have the highest proportion in the United States of people with a degree post-high school, but it doesn't mean anything if they can't be able to have the skills and knowledge to meet the changing needs that are changing so quickly in this world today. So really need to think about these two sides of the same coin, completion and then learning and development. So what are the two things that we need to be keeping in mind? And as college student educators, we should be the thought leaders in this area. We need to be thinking about how do we actually foster student learning and development in addition and also with helping students get through the degree. So we'll continue to discuss this in further blog posts and development articles, as well as more interviews like this. So stay tuned and visit us more.